Lynn Hortmiller and her husband lived across from John and Catherine for years. Now, Hortmiller testified that she noticed one of the Snyders' children had not put on very much weight in the 8 years that she had known the child. She then testified about some of the punishments those children would receive for soiling themselves.
Kate would put in the tub and she would have to clean herself off and wash her pajamas, so she would learn not to wet in her pajamas anymore. And then later, after it kept happening, Kate said she bought a rubber, I thought it was a blow-up pool is the way she explained it, and would sleep in there with her pillow and blanket so she wouldn't ruin the mattress because she was starting to wet more.
Later in the afternoon, when it was the defense's turn to cross-examine Hortmiller, Mary Martin, an attorney for John Snyder, focused part of her questioning on Hortmiller's role as a teacher and a mandatory reporter of suspected child abuse. Here's some of that exchange.
And it's your understanding of being a mandated reporter that you're supposed to either call authorities of some sort, law enforcement, children's services or something like that, if you suspect abuse or neglect?
Yes.
And I assume you get updated training every year on that, or every couple of years?
It's every couple of years, every 3 years, I think it is.
So the focus of that exchange was basically saying that if she was a trained mandatory reporter and she noticed these signs and symptoms of these children, why didn't she ever go to authorities? Well, during recross examination, the prosecution asked her about that, and Hortmiller testified that she would have reported the condition to social services if she had a second chance to. Now, the second witness to testify was one of the adopted children, actually one of the victims in this case, and we're not using their identity or any of their testimony, but they did testify that they were punished for soiling themselves and had food withheld as a punishment. And one of the last things they were asked was if they were afraid of John and Catherine Snyder, to which that child said yes, they were scared of John and Catherine. Now, this trial will get back underway in the morning, and we also learned that this trial could go into November. Quite a lot of witnesses are going to be testifying about the child abuse, or the alleged child abuse, as well as the alleged treatment that caused the death of the 8-year-old boy at the center of this case. For now, at the Hamilton County Courthouse, I'm Christian Hauser. Back to you all in the studio.
Tough to hear those details, Christian. Thank you for that update. And you can track the trial on social media. Just follow Christian on X as he gives live updates on the testimony.
Sure, you could stop watching now, but let's be honest, you want to see more. So click some of those links, or better yet, go ahead and tap subscribe. That way you'll catch more content from Local 12.